Cause you win the game. Represent and call your team name. Bring me united, reignited.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, athletes, official supporters, and proud members of the wider university community, welcome to the Uwi Games 2026. We're live here. I am Jelani Beckles, and it is my pleasure to be with you here at the National Racket Center in Tagarigua, as we welcome you to one of the great celebrations of university sport in the Caribbean. For some, this may be your first experience of the Uwi Games, but for others, it is a long-awaited return to a tradition that brings our campuses together through sport, pride, and shared purpose. But make no mistake, these games are far more than competition. They are a celebration of athletic excellence, regional pride, campus spirit, and the enduring bond that connects the University of the West Indies across the Caribbean and beyond. For the next 7 days, approximately 600 student athletes will compete across 10 sporting disciplines, each one carrying the hopes and colours of an identity of their campus. 5 campuses will be on show during these games. University of the West Indies Caval campus, Five Islands campus, the Global campus, Mona campus, and host campus St. Augustine. Now the focus today is tennis. On court we have Jeremy Johnson of the Mona campus taking on Shaheen Fitzpatrick of Five Islands. Yes, we're about to start coverage in this opening match. Of course, as mentioned, a lot of
Okay, go ahead.
action, a lot of different sports taking place around, not just at the Uwi Games, but in surrounding facilities. You have cricket happening, football, basketball, swimming, table tennis, hockey, volleyball, track and field, netball, you name it, it's happening. Fitzpatrick and Johnson just going through the final warm-up before play starts in this men's singles match. Of course, Fitzpatrick, he's clad in that sort of greenish, bluish uniform, while Johnson of Mona, he's in red, black and white. But red, black and white are really Tobago colours, so I don't be confused. He's representing Mona campus of Jamaica. Mona campus that dominated the Uwi Games over the years. A number of titles, of course. Five Islands, St. Augustine campus, Global campus, Caval, all trying to emerge on top of the 2026 edition. Of course, please do stay tuned to 360 TV for this entire Uwi Games. Will be more than a week of action here, hosted by the Uwi St. Augustine campus. Action has just begun in this match between Johnson of Mona Campus and Fitzpatrick of Five Islands. We'll have the score update for you very shortly. Of course, today also women's singles matches will take place as well, along with doubles matches. Yeah, these Uwi Games have been around for quite some time. Decades of history in these Uwi Games. Of course, the CS team is reunited, reignited and ready. Who will rise in this Uwi Games? Who will answer the moment? And who will claim championship honors at the 2026 edition? So it's 3-0 to Mona. Johnson off to flying start here. Really dominating this contest here between himself and Fitzpatrick of Five Islands. Of course, these Uwi Games being brought to you by not just Uwi, of course, a lot of sponsors helping this become a reality. Blue Waters, Gatorade, Nescafe, Guiltless Yogurt, Sunday Ice Cream, UTC, Flavorite and Iceland, some of those main sponsors of these games. There's a short break in play here as the players have a drink of water, of course, simultaneously on a court very close by. A women's singles game is also in progress. That game also between Five Islands and Mona. Was representing Mona in that match, Kobe Walcott. Representing Five Islands, Samira Musington. Of course, if we're going to focus a bit more on the men's singles game between Johnson and Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick will be serving in this fourth game.
So this shows if it's 3 and if I put this up here, we won.
Falls on that occasion, hitting that one into the net.
5, 6,
Johnson.
2, 3, 6, 6. It will be wherever the thing is. 5 islands. 5 islands.
So 15 love so far here to Johnson. Fitzpatrick just pushing that forehand into the net. Ready in a big hole here, Fitzpatrick, but trying to bong from a bit of a shaky start. Of course. tucking the net there, Johnson. And another point there for Johnson. So he's up already up 30-0 here. Love to Johnson. It's already another chance to break serve here for Jeremy Johnson. Yeah, another excellent backhand there by Johnson. Love to Johnson. Hitting that one just out of bounds there, Johnson. So first on the board in this game, Fitzpatrick.
It's 30 love, 40 love, what's the score? 15-40, yeah. That'll say ATP, not saying it.
Yeah, 15-40. Still a good forehand there by Johnson. That one out of bounds, so Johnson will win that game, so he's up 4-0 now.
Pass the balls down to him, thanks.
Johnson of Mona really dominating proceedings here. Showing his class here, Johnson. Up 4-0.
Sorry. Can you send all balls down for him, thanks?
Making light work of this match so far here, Johnson. Of course, Uwi Mona with a rich history in these games, really the dominant campus during the decades-long Uwi Games. So Johnson will be serving this time, trying to go 5-0 up. Good serve there by Johnson. Couldn't return that one, Fitzpatrick, so 15 love to Johnson early on here. Yeah, not dealing with that serve very well, Fitzpatrick. Johnson continuing to cruise along here. Service game is quite strong for Johnson. Yes, still not returning that one into play. So 40 love to Johnson. Okay, so just 1 point away from going up 5-0. Johnson of Mona. Hits the ball a lot more powerfully than Fitzpatrick, Johnson, which really giving him that dominant performance so far. Excellent serve again. Decent return there by Fitzpatrick. Another good players utilizing the forehand, backhand. A good drop shot by Johnson. A decent rally there, good effort there by Fitzpatrick, but again, Johnson wins a point and seals that game, so he's up 5-0 now, Johnson. Johnson cruising here in this opening set. Of course, invite you to stay tuned to 360 TV for the next week or so for these Uwi Games. Lots of action across Trinidad and Tobago, especially in Uwi, St. Augustine as well. Uwi is, of course, St. Augustine, the main venue for these games, but of course, utilizing many facilities in the surrounding areas of the campus. We're live here at community called Takarigo, just about 10 minutes away from the Uwi campus in St. Augustine. 5-0 Johnson of Mona. Fitzpatrick had a nice rally with Johnson in that last game, but still coming out second best in that during that rally. Fitzpatrick to serve this occasion. Good forehand by Johnson. What a point! Really utilizing power game, Johnson. Forehand was perfectly placed into the corner. Again, too much power there for Fitzpatrick to handle, so 30 love to Johnson. Good. Fitzpatrick. Yeah, that one out of bounds, so that point to Johnson, to Fitzpatrick rather, 15-13, Johnson. Had a bit of too much power on that one from Johnson. Not a very powerful serve of the ball, Fitzpatrick, but trying his best to ensure he gets it in play. Backhand. Both players utilizing the backhand and during this rally. Decent rally here. Nugent, good forehand again. Oh, tough luck there to Fitzpatrick. Another seems to be improving as he goes along here. Patrick will be 15-14 now. Score. Johnson is 1 point away from wrapping up this first set. Good drop shot there by Johnson. That'll be the first set. So 6 love to Johnson, cruising that first set, but Fitzpatrick improving as he went along. Kind of a couple good rallies with Johnson, but most times Johnson still coming out on top during those long rallies. So Uwi Mona, Johnson.
One set finished.
Up 1 set. 6 love, cruising now here. Jeremy Johnson, representing the Mona campus. Yeah, so just a short break in play as the players take some advice from their coaches and probably get a drink of water before set number 2 begins. Of course, Jeremy Johnson of Uwi Mona winning that first set 6 love. Johnson really utilizing his power game during that first set. Hits the ball a lot harder than his opponent Fitzpatrick of Five Islands. Had a couple decent rallies during that first set, but most times, of course, Johnson coming out on top.
Even. You just serve, right? And he stopped.
Yeah, even a couple times, Johnson appreciating the effort by Fitzpatrick and really making him work for a couple of those points. It's about to start the second set. Have some doubles matches for you later on, and so starts another service game there. Johnson. Yeah, that was an ace by Johnson, so all the blocks quickly in the second set. fault there by Johnson, just out of bounds on that serve. Good return by Fitzpatrick. Another good effort. So another point to Johnson. 30-0 to Johnson in this opening game of the second set. You can get that one back in play. Fitzpatrick, so 4-0 to Johnson. Yeah. Gets that one into the net, Johnson. Yes, another point there, so wins that game, Johnson. So 1-0 in the second set. So continuing his dominant effort performance here, Johnson. Fitzpatrick has had his moments as well. Also live at the National Racket Center in Tagarigua. Fitzpatrick starts his service game now. That service
It was fault.
was fault. Yeah.
Here. Second serve.
Missed that forehand. Johnson. So 15 love to Fitzpatrick. Gets that one into the net. Of course, some of the other events will be expected to be keenly contested. All the sports, but especially track and field expected to be much anticipated event, track and field, of course, especially the Mona campus and the rich history. Being a Jamaican-based campus with rich culture in track and field. That's a good slap shot there by Johnson. So 15-15 now. Powerful forehand there by Johnson. Not sure if it was called in. Yeah, it seemed to be called in. Yeah, that one out of bounds, so excellent forehand by Johnson. Excellent forehand by Johnson.
Pass all the balls down, thanks. Second set.
Yeah, so that seals the second game for Johnson. So he's up 2-0 in this second.
You stay on that side. Yeah. You stay on this side with even. And
Yeah, so 2-0 to Johnson. Yeah, main difference in this game between Johnson and Fitzpatrick is Johnson has a hits the ball a lot more powerfully than Fitzpatrick, especially on the service game. On the serve, much more powerful serve Johnson, and even during the rallies as well. Hits the ball a lot harder than Fitzpatrick. This one fit now, 15 love to Johnson.
Wait, you have to pass the ball, right?
Thank you. Fall there by Johnson.
Get the ball, pass it down to him.
30 love Johnson in this
Thank you.
third game of the second set. Want to welcome Hayden Mitchell, Tennis Association President, checking out the Uwi Games. Good serve by, can get that one back in play, Fitzpatrick. So continue to cruise along here, Johnson. 40 love in this third game of the second set. So Uwi Mona making a statement here early on at the Uwi Games. Yeah, that one out of play. So
He is 3 love now.
another win there for Johnson. So he's up 3-0 in the second set. So not much cruising along here, Johnson. Jeremy Johnson of the Uwi campus, Uwi Mona campus. Of course, if you're now joining us, this is men's singles action between Uwi Mona and Five Islands campus. 3-0-2. Of course, Johnson won the first set 6 love, and now he's leading 3-0 in this second set. For us, this is a best of 3 showdown between the two. Of course, we had a bit of rain earlier at the facility, so had a bit of a late start. Had to move some of these matches indoors. We're off and running, nevertheless. Someone into the net. Fitzpatrick, so too strong in this match, Johnson. So some decent rallies early on between the two. Most times Johnson coming away on top. Of course, on another court being played close by. Yeah, in the women's singles match we have Kobe Walcott of Mona right now battling against Samira Musington of Five Islands. So 30-30 in this fourth game of the second set. So anyone a chance here? Fitzpatrick probably to get win his first game of this match.
30 to you, 30 to him, 30 all.
Out. Also 30-40 now to 40.
Why?
32 Fitzpatrick.
He ain't calling, so I don't know. Just I ain't taking he would fit, you know. I was out? Alright, 40-30.
40-30 now to Fitzpatrick. So can he get his on the score sheet here? Fitzpatrick. Best chance here to win his first game. Good shot there. Good rally, but good shot by Johnson. So brings it to deuce here now. Johnson. Missed opportunity for Fitzpatrick. 40-40 the score.
40-30.
This fourth game.
They all just right on you receive it.
Yeah, shortly after the players warmed up on the outdoor courts, so heavy shower came down, forcing
this is the last point in this game.
These games to be switched to indoors. Thankfully, there are a lot of courts here at the National Racquet Centre in Tagaruga, Trinidad. So thank you for your patience. We forced this action to start just about an hour late. So advantage Fitzpatrick now.
Good. Game. Pass the balls up, please.
Oh, so actually it was a sudden death point. So game 2 Fitzpatrick. So Fitzpatrick on the board now.
Not that talking about Floyd.
So
Not that talking.
finally on the board here, Fitzpatrick. Still trailing 1-3 in this second set. Okay, so I just got clarity that they're not playing after 40-40 doesn't go advantage and then the winner of 2 points in a row will win the game. It's 40-40 and the winner of the next point wins the game. So just some slight adjustments to the rules here. So 15-love to Johnson in this fifth game of set number 2. Of course, leading 6-0-3-1 Johnson of Mona. Powerful serve there by Fitzpatrick.
Pass the ball to the player.
A little too hot to handle there for Fitzpatrick. That serve has clocking up some numbers there for Johnson. 30-love in this game. Didn't get them. Attempted forehand there by Fitzpatrick, but couldn't get it in play. 40-love. That one out of bongs, so that will be end of that fifth game. So Johnson of Mona takes a 4-1 lead in the second set. Just 2 games away from wrapping up this opening men's singles match of the Uwi Games 2026. Of course, we're live at the National Racquet Centre in Tagaruga. For those not familiar with the facilities, it's in East Trinidad, just about 10 minutes or so from the Uwi St. Augustine campus. So very convenient for folks on the Uwi St. Augustine campus to make their way to the National Racquet Centre. 4-1 is the score to Uwi Mona in this second set. If you're now tuning in, Johnson leading won the first set 6-love, and then it's leading 4-1 in this second set as really utilizes the power game. Johnson hits the ball a lot more powerful than his opponent, Shaheen Fitzpatrick. Of course, Five Islands, those not familiar with that campus, they're based in Antigua. And of course, Uwi Mona, of course, in Jamaica. Of course, these are 2 of 5 campuses competing in these Uwi Games. Of course, host country, Uwi St. Augustine, Uwi Caville of Barbados, and also Global Campus. Of course, Global Campus, they have a few locations throughout the Caribbean, even in Belize as well. So the Global Campus spread around CARICOM. It's that one into the net. So that's a fault to Fitzpatrick. See that one again, but just on the line. Excellent return by Johnson, so he's up 15-love. Good aggressive play there by Johnson, running to the net and volleying that one, winning that another point. So 30-love in this 6th game of set number 2. Forty-love now to Johnson. Continuing to dominate this match here. Johnson of the Mona campus, another win there. So 5-1 to Johnson. Just one game a win, one game
Pass the balls down.
away from wrapping up this men's singles encounter of the Uwi Games 2026. Because it's a round robin game here between Johnson and Fitzpatrick. Starts the service game here. That one falls on this occasion. Powerful serve of the ball, Johnson. Again, approaching the net there. This one out of bounds, so 15-love, 3 points away from wrapping up this match, Johnson. One-sided match so far. Fitzpatrick of Five Islands has had his moments. Drop shot by Johnson, couldn't get to that one. Fitzpatrick to really show his sprinting prowess to get to that one. Fitzpatrick, but well played by Johnson. So just 2 points away now from sealing his opening fixture, opening match. Of course, players at this level are at different stages of their career. Some playing a lot longer than others. Some just probably in it for the fun of it. Some a lot more competitive and so on. Have to save that one again. Johnson. Good return by Fitzpatrick. Kept it in play. Can get that one, and that should bring the match to a close. And yeah, Johnson wins this match 2 sets to love. 6-0, 5-1.
So the match finished at 10:48, right? The match
So excellent showing there by Johnson. During that game was too powerful for his opponent Fitzpatrick, utilizing his power game very well. Fitzpatrick had his moments, a couple long rallies between the two, but Uwi Mona, Jeremy Johnson, comes away with a 6-0, 6-1 victory. We're going to take a short break, but again, we're going to thank the main sponsors of this title event, of this Uwi Games 2026: Blue Waters, Gatorade, Nescafe, Guiltless Yogurt, Sunday Ice Cream, UTC, Flavorite, and Iceland, all sponsoring this Uwi Games 2026. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back for more coverage from the National Market Center.
We reunited and ready to reignite the spark. All your team name represent. All your team name represent. The whole Caribbean in the Uwi Games. We reunited, reignited. We ready. Caribbean family reunited, reignited. We ready. Caribbean family, Uwi Games again. If you win the game, represent and call your team name. Represent. If you win the game, represent and call your team name. Reunited, reignited, we're ready. Caribbean families, Uwi Games again. 5 campuses competing. Caribbean family, reunited, reignited, we ready. Caribbean family, Uwi Games again. Man. If you win the game, represent and call your team name. Represent. If you win the game, represent and call your team name. Reunited, reignited, we're ready. Caribbean families, Uwi Games again. 5 campuses competing, Uwi Games again. In 10 different disciplines, Uwi Games again. Since 65 we never look back. COVID tried to throw we off track. Now we reunited and ready to reignite the spark. All your team name represent. All your team name represent. The whole Caribbean in the Uwi Games. We reunited, reignited, we ready. Caribbean family.
So welcome back to coverage of the Uwi Games 2026. My name is Jelani Beckles on behalf of the 360 TV team. We're live at the National Racket Center in Tagariba. We're about to start a men's doubles match. Again between Uwi Mona and Five Islands, campus of Antigua. Representing Five Islands in this match will be Jarik Ephraim and Dylan Leonard. And for Mona, it will be Mario Campbell and Didier Trail. So just about a couple minutes away from this match starting. Of course, tennis, one of many sports happening at the Uwi campus and surrounding venues. Of course, we're at National Racket Center, just 10 minutes or so from the St. Augustine campus. Of course, long history in these Uwi Games. Of course, Mona leads the Uwi Games Roll of Honor with 19 overall championship titles. KFL and St. Augustine campus with 5 each. So Mona really dominating these games over the years. So the Uwi Games were first held in 1965. Of course, we have had a 7-year break, unfortunately, because of one reason being the COVID-19 pandemic. The last time the Uwi Games were held were in 2019. Yeah, those 2019 games held at the Mona campus in Jamaica. So for us, the students, athletes, and everyone is, I'm sure, excited that these games are back up and running. Yeah, so just, of course, these men's doubles players just putting through their final warm-ups before this match gets going. If you now join us, we saw a dominant performance by Jeremy Johnson of Mona, defeating Shaheen Fitzpatrick of Five Islands 6-0, 6-1. So Mona hoping to continue their dominance so far in the tennis segment of these games. Just going to go through the other sporting disciplines taking place. As 10 sporting disciplines in total, other than tennis, cricket, football, basketball, swimming, table tennis, hockey, volleyball, netball, and track and field. So lots of action for the next week or so at these games.
Micah, I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. All right, I listened. minutes, gentlemen.
Yes, so the match official just saying 3 minutes to that opening serve for this match. And of course, following this men's doubles, there will be a mixed doubles encounter again between Five Islands. All the matches today between Five Islands and Mona. So we're gonna bring you all the action here live from the National Racket Center in Tagaribo. Of course, these games are the first time Five Islands are first time they are participating in these games, so great moment for these athletes from Five Islands. Of course, over 600, approximately 600 student athletes
2 minutes, gentlemen.
taking part in these games. Of course, the Uwi Games is not just about the results, it's about identity, community, and shared history. You know, it brings all the islands together. Of course, these Uwi Games, some athletes will be more competitive than others, but it's a chance to build camaraderie between the different students from across the region and so on. Campus pride is being well represented. So I'm almost sure that Five Islands will be enjoying their experience here at the Uwi Games for the first time. Of course, the team this year is reunited, reignited, and ready. Yeah, so off and running here in this first game. 15 love to Mona. Mario Campbell serving for Mona. Good service there. Game here so far for Mona. Up 30-0 already. Forte love. Excellent service game here so far by Mona. Mario Campbell. The powerful service games making life a bit difficult for Dylan Leonard to return.
Seriously.
So winning that first opening game there, Mona. Comfortably up 1-0 here. Campbell and Traley from the Mona campus. Of course, earlier we saw Jeremy Johnson of Mona defeat Shaheen Fitzpatrick of Five Islands. So good start here for Mona campus again.
Wait, please.
So we're going to have Jarik Ephraim. Just so yeah, 15 love to 5 Islands, hitting that one back into the net. Shirley. Fault on this occasion. Another point there too. 15-15. Now the score. But not a bad service game so far for 5 Islands. Mona, of course, his favourite coming into this matchup between the two campuses, Mona and 5 Islands.
30 love. Yeah.
Actually thought score is 30 love, my apologies. 30 love to 5 Islands. It's a chance here to get on the board. 5 Islands. Too hot to handle there for Leonard. Couldn't get that one back into play. Of course, at this stage, these sort of tournaments, some players will be further along in terms of their development in the sport. Some probably only starting to play the sport maybe a year or two now, but some would have been playing sports since they were much younger. Double fault, so that'll be 30-30 now. Of course, Didier Treley will be a busy man in the next hour or so, because he shortly after this game he'll be in the mixed doubles. That match will start probably about 50 minutes after this men's doubles match ends. Out on this occasion, hit that one long, Campbell. So 40-30 to 40-30 to 5 Islands. Not the most powerful serve by Ephraim, but he's trying his best to get it in play, most importantly. It's a fault on this occasion, hitting that one into the net. So it'll be 40-40 now. 40-40 now after that double fault.
He's taking it. No ad scoring. Yeah, it's no ad scoring, not regular scoring. It's no ad scoring. Sorted that. 7. Switch sides, guys.
So deuce now, 40 all this competitive second game here. This one, long serve there by Ephraim. Double fault, so that another game won there by Mona. 2-0 up now. Mona in this opening set. So quick start for Mona. Of course, Mona represented by Mario Campbell and Didier Treley. I had a short discussion with Didier Treley before the game. He's actually named after Didier Deschamps, current coach of the national French team. Of course, Didier Deschamps also captaining the France football team to the 1998 World Cup title. 15-0 Mona. Love to Mona, so another quick start here for Mona in this third game. One goes wide, that service from Treley. Oh, just not the best communication there by the pair of Ephraim and Leonard. Just both left it alone. So 40-0 now to Mona. Getting ever so closer in this match. Good forehand by Treley. That'll bring another game to a close. So 3-0 to Mona. Yeah, so strong start here for the Mona campus. Just communication is very important. So a bit of miscommunication in that last game between the Five Islands pair of Jarek Ephraim and Dylan Leonard. Both players sort of leaving the ball for the next player, and nobody got a racket on it, so it was an easy point for Mona. So a new service game begins. Five Islands serving this in this fourth game. 3-0 to Mona in this opening set. Try to place that shot well. Went out of bounds. So 15 love to Five Islands. Of course, when you're now learning the game and the service game, having a powerful serve or solid serve is one of the difficult to master. Leonard serving in this game 4. So 0 to Five Islands, so in with a chance here to get the name on the board. Five Islands. Fault called by the official. Double fault here, so Mona 15-30 now. 15-30 to Mona trailing in this fourth set. A good jump shot there by Mario Campbell. Gave Five Islands no chance there. So 30-30 in this fourth game. Was tennis not? Doesn't have very strong tradition in the Caribbean compared to some of the other sports like cricket and football. It's still a growing sport in. This one hit long by Traley. So 40-30 to Five Islands. Or some of the regions in the Caribbean like Barbados and Jamaica with probably more of a stronger tennis tradition, along with Trinidad and Tobago as well. Some of the small islands also catching up in terms of development. St. Lucia, a lot of players coming out of St. Lucia as well. And some of the other smaller islands like St. Vincent and so on. 40-40 in this fourth game. Keeps that serve inside, Leonard. Not on the same page there, Leonard and Ephraim. Ephraim eventually got it and hit it out of bounds, so another game to Mona. They're up 4-0 now. No, 4. Yeah. Yeah, so 4-love to Mona, continuing to dominate this match. Good, excellent forehand there by, what a forehand that was by Mario Campbell. Powerfully struck. Split Leonard and Ephraim perfectly on that occasion. Again, so similar to the singles game we saw earlier, when the team hits the ball a lot more powerfully. Out of bounds, so 30-love to Mona, cruising in this opening set. This one 40-love Mona. Excellent serve there by Campbell of Mona. That will bring another game to a close. So 5-love now to Mona in this opening set. Of course, the Uwi has a long history. The Uwi itself began in 1948 with 33 medical students at Mona. So imagine that, way back in 1948, following the shortly after World War II. 38 medical students were that was the sum total of the student population at Uwi Mona, and has grown into a regional and global university system with 5 campuses and nearly 50,000 students across the region. 33 students, imagine that. That's probably the average classroom of a primary school in the Caribbean. 33 students. So it's amazing how the Uwi University of the West Indies have grown. Of course, Mona, the biggest campus in the Caribbean. Keyfield in Barbados and St. Augustine in Trinidad, quite large as well, offering many different courses and so on. And not to forget Global Campus and Five Islands as well, providing great education opportunities for the region's people. 15 love to Mona in this 6th game of this opening set. So cruising along here now, Mona. Gets that one into the net again. (15-15). Have to serve again here. Efromso double fault again by Efromso. 30-15 to Mona. Of course, Five Islands, the earlier stages of their development as a campus, and of course their athletics programs still developing. Of course, Uwi Mona, a lot rich history in sports at that campus, including likes of netball, especially in track and field, cricket and football as well. It's a great experience for these Five Islands student athletes. Just the first time their debut at the games, so they'll be hoping to grow from strength to strength and continue competing. Of course, in the right hand bottom corner of your screen, you'll see all the sponsors named. This tournament, these games won't be possible without the Uwi Games. We got all those sponsors. So that will bring the opening set to a close, to 6 love to Mona in that opening set.
On this side again, right?
So we're going to take a short break. The players will just have a word with their coaches and maybe try to hydrate themselves. So we're going to take a short break with Mona leading in this match. 6 love taking the opening set. The second set has begun. Here Tralee doing the serving for Mona. 15 love here early on. So just out of bongs. Excellent return there by Ephraim, but couldn't complete the point. Certainly seems that Mario Campbell of Mona is a lot further along in his development as a player.
Behind you, yeah. And brother, one more there.
Forte Love
Where to call it?
to Mona.
Where to call it?
Was Trinidad and Tobago has quite a few world-class facilities around, so able to host these games. Many other countries as well have 30, 40 years ago it will have been much more challenging to host all these 10 different sporting disciplines. Of course, at National Aquatic Center in Couva in central Trinidad will be hosting swimming in these games. Really top class facility, that National Aquatic Center.
Where place?
Number of venues being used throughout these games. Of course, the main venue being the Syndicus campus itself. Traley with this serving in this opening game of the second set. So that brings the first game to a close. Winning that one, so up 1-0 now, Mona, in this second set. Of course, it's a best out of 3 in this men's doubles encounter. Five islands to serve this in the second game of second set. Good volley there by Traley, so winning another point there. Mona, so up love 40 in this second game of the second set. Powerful return there by Campbell. Just seemed to go out of bounds though. Just missed. So 15-40 score now in this game. Of course, the team of this year's Uwi Games is reunited, reignited and ready. I was using that reignited and word because this is the first Uwi Games in 7 years. Good drop shot there by Traley and wins that game again. Mona, so up 2-0 in this second set. So continuing to cruise along here in Mona campus. Of course, yes, as I mentioned earlier, soon I'll go through all the venues being used during these Uwi Games. Into the net by Campbell. Of course, the Uwi Spec indoor court on the Uwi St. Augustine campus. There's the Sir Frank World Cricket Ground also on campus. The Admin East Field. Those are the 3 venues being used at the St. Augustine campus, but also the National Hockey Centre and the National Racket Centre located in Tagarigua. For those outside of Trinidad and Tobago, Tagarigua is a close community just 10 minutes away from St. Augustine campus, and we also have the National Aquatic Centre in central Trinidad. A bit of a drive, that one bit longer distance away, just maybe no traffic, probably will take about 35 minutes or so from the St. Augustine campus to get to National Aquatic Centre, and of course the Hazy Crawford Stadium, maybe a 30-minute drive or so from 20-25 minutes from St. Augustine campus, so all in close proximity of each other. Of course, covering tennis live here at the National Racket Centre. 2-0 up here in the second set. Mona being represented by Mario Campbell and Didier Traley. So just a confirmation that Didier's last name is Trail. Wide return there by Ephraim. Powerful serve again by Campbell. Seemed to just go out of bounds. Didn't get that one into the net. Trail. Didier Trail. .40-30 now to Mona. Not on the board just yet. 5 islands. I mentioned earlier, 5 islands. Don't have the history in sport like the Mona campus, of course. That one goes long. Didier Trail, not to be confused with Didier Drogba, the former Ivory Coast and Chelsea legend. Also not to be confused with Didier Deschamps. Actually, Didier Trail was named after former national French captain Didier Deschamps. Now Deschamps now coaching the French team, so Trail named after France football legend in his own right. So 3-0 to Mona. Of course, we started a bit late, the tennis segment of these Uwi Games after lengthy rain delay outside, so started about an hour late. Of course, lots of action throughout Trinidad and Tobago in these Uwi Games. A little long on that serve by Ephraim. Into the net again, so double fault. So 30-15. 30 love, sorry. My apologies, 30 love to Mona. Love 15 rather. Love 30. Dominant performance here by the Mona pair of Mario Campbell and Didier Trail. Hit that one. He hit that one a bit long there. Ephraim. Have to save that one again. Yeah, so another win for Mona in that game. 4 love now, Mona. So 6 love, 4-0, leading in this game, in this match. Cruising here, Mona. Of course, again, one-time sponsors of these Uwi Games 2026. Blue Waters, Gatorade, Nescafe, all backing this great event held by the University of the West Indies. Of course, other than Blue Waters, Gatorade and Nescafe, also give us yogurt, Sunday ice cream, UTC and Flavorite, along with Iceland.
No, that's not a lady.
Trail serving in this 5th game of the 2nd set, the indoors at the National Racket Center.
Good job, Kalila.
Love 15. Good return there by Ephraim. It's too hot to handle for Campbell, so 0.25 islands. 30, yeah, love 30. Good backhand volley there by Campbell. Definitely the most developed player on this court out of the four players. (15-30). Oh, missed that forehand. Ephraim disappointed by that effort. So 30-30. Couldn't get that one in play. Leonard. That'll be game 2 Mona. 5-0 Mona, so just one game away from winning this men's doubles match between against Five Islands. Of course, Five Islands campus. Those not familiar with the campus, they are based in Antigua. Of course, most will know that Uwi Mona of Jamaica. 2 of 3 campuses taking part in these games, along with host country Uwi St. Augustine, Uwi Caville of Barbados, and also Global Campus. Global Campus, I understand, has locations throughout the region, including Belize. Drop shot there by Campbell.
Good boy.
Good net play there by both teams. Attacking the net there, Ephraim. That point there, Five Islands, so 30-15. Still not on the board yet, Five Islands. Of course, Five Islands represented by Sharik Ephraim and Dylan Leonard. Great experience there for these Five Islands players. Of course, Five Islands making their debut in these games. Games are around for decades now. Game started in 1948. Long history. That one just out of bounds. That one into the net, so 30-40 now. Can they get on the board here? 5 islands will give them something to smile about before. Because they may come out on the losing end, but if they could get at least win one game here, will give them something to smile about. It's cruising here, 6-0, 5-0 so far. The Mona pair, Campbell and Trail. So into the net, and they'll win that game. I believe that's the end of that game. So yeah, 5 islands on the board. So decent play by 5 islands pair of Ephraim and Leonard in that game. Of course, Leonard with the longer hair and Ephraim the other player. Didier Trail, the shorter of the two Mona players. Tough, didn't get a return there that occasion. Love to Mona. Really showing his class in this match, Mario Campbell. Clearly the most advanced player in this doubles match. Massive serve there. Clocking some numbers on that one. 30-0, so 2 points away from wrapping up this victory here, Mona. Just out of bounds on that serve. Goes long, so 40 love. Triple match point, as they say.
Send the ball from.
So 3 chances here to wrap up this match. Mona. Absolutely dominant performance here by Mona, led by Mario Campbell, who's an exceptional player. And that will do it. So that point brings this match to a close. The Mona pair of Mario Campbell and Didier Trail win this encounter 6-0, 6-1. Identical scoreline as we saw earlier in the singles match. For that earlier singles match, Jeremy Johnson of Mona defeated Shine Fitzpatrick with an identical scoreline, 6-0, 6-1. So congratulations to Mona. So we're just going to have a short break, and in maybe about 20 minutes time or so, you'll have a mixed doubles match between 5 Islands and Mona. Stay tuned to 360 TV, the Uwi Games live at the National Racket Centre. Welcome back to 360 TV. We're live at the National Racket Center in Tagarigua for this live coverage of Uwi Games 2026. We already had a men's singles game for you earlier, and followed by a men's doubles game. So now we're gonna have
Practice some serve. Hey, boy, practice some serve.
So now we're gonna have a mixed doubles contest here. Again, of course, this match again will be between first
Time.
5 Islands of Antigua and the Uwi Mona
Have a
campus.
bottle of water and then begin.
Uwi Mona winning both contests earlier. We had Jeremy Johnson winning the men's singles game
When I said time, that means you time.
against Shane
What's time and
Fitzpatrick,
play
6-0-6-1, and then we saw another 6-0-6-1 victory for the Uwi Mona team of Mario Campbell and Didier Trail. They defeated Jarek Ephraim and Dylan Leonard of 5 Islands. Of course, this encounter will, representing Mona in this one, will be Trail again. She'll be partnered with Kobe Wilcott. Representing 5 Islands will be Fitzpatrick and Zahara Williams. So just a minute or so from this game serving off. Of course, 360 TV bringing you live coverage of the Uwi Games, not just tennis but all sports around the country, including cricket, football, swimming, many more sports. There's 10 sporting disciplines in total
Bravo.
here at the Uwi Games 2026. Debut team 5 Islands, first time they've competed in these games. Of course,
No. If you are serving, they can stay where they
this
want.
is the first time.
Serve.
Was the first time
Shane-
these games were
Shane
held were in
decided to
1948.
play forehand and he's playing backhand. You are playing any side, but when you are receiving, you will make the decision where you stay. Right now, you are serving. You have to start on the right.
It's almost 80 years of history at these Uwi Games. 5 Islands will be serving first in this opening set. Dominant start here by Mona. Excellent forehand return by Wilcott. So 15 love to Mona in this opening game. We've seen a difference in ability between Mona and 5 Islands so far. Definitely much further along in their development. The Mona players hitting the ball a lot harder than players from 5 Islands. Into the net on this occasion. So into the net again. So 30 love to Mona in this opening game. Again, so double fault again, so 40 love to Mona. Struggling with the serve here. Fitzpatrick. Excellent forehand return He's winning that opening game quite comfortably. Uwi Muna 1-0 already up and 1-0 up in this opening set. Of course. Sorry, my apologies. That wasn't the winning point for Mona. That one was struck wide. .30-32 Mona now. Mona, of course, in the red, black and white, and of course 5 islands in a sort of greenish bluish color. Of course, tennis very popular around the world. So 40-40 now, coming back into this game here. 5 islands. Of course, in recent years you've seen a changing of the guards in world tennis. A lot of players having just recently retired or at the ends of their careers, the likes of Roger Federer in the men's game, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic certainly in the twilight of his career as well. The women's game, Serena Williams no longer active. Venus Williams, her sister, still playing from time to time. Of course, a new brigade in the tennis world. Men's game dominated in the last 2-3 years by Carlos Alcaraz and Sinner. They've combined to win most of the titles in the men's field over the last 2 or 3 years. And in the women's game, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, of course. Some of the top names in women's tennis these days. So Wilcott will serve to start this second game.
You all have to say fault when it's fault, okay? Fault. Second serve.
Yeah, that one just landed in bonks, so 15-love to Mona. Good service there by Wilcott.
You have to receive over there.
Of course, some of the popular tennis tournaments around the world. Wimbledon, played in England annually, one of the marquee events held every year, along with the US Open in New York, Australian Open and the French Open, the 4 Grand Slams held around the world.
Is it it?
Struck long by Fitzpatrick, so 30-love. Not landing us her first serves in this game here. Wilcott, but gets an ace on this occasion, gets past 5 Islands player Williams, 40-love. Powerful serve there, but
That was, so that was good. Was out, but they have to say. I can't make the call for them.
out of bounds. That occasion can get that one in play. Trail. Easy volley. Missed there by Trail. Trying to place that one into the far right hand side of the court, but missed out. It's an attempted return, but out of bounds, so that will be game 2. Mona up 2-0 now. Cruising here so far.
Are you serving down there?
A good return on that occasion by Williams, but still losing the point. 5 islands, but much better effort there by Williams on that return. She served initially and then got a return to her, and when she played it back into court, it was an excellent return, but eventually losing the point there, Williams. Another well-placed shot, so 30 love here to Mona.
Well done.
Long serve there. By Williams. Powerful shot hit long though by Wilcott. 15-30 to 15-30 in this third game, sorry. Of course, we invite all our viewers to stay tuned to 360 TV. We'll have all the coverage of the Uwi Games. All the venues crushing and Tobago, of course. 3 venues being used at the St. Augustine campus, but other venues throughout the country as well, including famous Hasey Crawford Stadium, where the national football team plays all their matches. A lot of popular track and field events as well there at the Hasey Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain. National Aquatic Centre, another venue being used. Yes. Shot of conviction there by Trail, so 3-0 now to Mona. It's really showing their quality in this 3-match series against 5 islands.
You can leave the balls there, please, Stan.
5 islands of Antigua and Barbuda. So it's a Uwi Mona out of Jamaica. First University of the West Indies campus in the Caribbean. Earlier I learned that it just started with 33 medical students.
3 to them, 0 to you. You all have a water break now. I'm just barring this thing.
These Uwi Games have been around for decades. Of course, expanding now to 5 campuses. This is the first time 5 islands they are taking part, so they will of course grow from strength to strength. Almost certain they will improve on their performances moving forward. Moving us to start another service game for them. Yeah, then get hold of that one, Fitzpatrick. 15 love to Mona. Yeah, double fall there, right? So 15-15 now. Good volley there by Will Cotton. It's another point. They go up to 15. Quite a bit of rain earlier. Forced the players to move indoors. Never seen that rain only stops cricket, but it also stopped the tennis earlier, just for about an hour or so, hour delay.
Ball up. Pass that ball up.
Towards these Uwi
Steady
Games.
on.
Started way back in 1965.
Ball behind. Yeah, push it to the side quickly. Alright, push it to the side quickly when you don't have to pass it.
Can't get that one that in place, so 40-30 to Mona.
He called out. It was in now.
As I mentioned a short while ago, the UWI began in the University of West Indies. First started in, was first formed in 1948 with just 33 medical students at the UWI Mona campus. Hitting that one into the net, Wilcott.
You will be receiving
33 medical students at Mona, and has grown into nearly 50,000 students around the region. Of course, the main campuses being UWI Mona, UWI St. Augustine, and UWI Cave Hill, but also other campuses include the 5 Islands campus in Antigua, along with the global campus as well. Global campus they have a few campuses around the region. That one out of play.
Pass the balls up for them to serve, please. No.
So that's game 2, Mona, for love now in this opening set, cruising here. UWI Mona. Of course, Mona with 19 overall championship titles at the Uwi Games, really dominating these Uwi Games over the years.
Make sure it's yours, huh? Check it and make sure. It is? All right.
No, sir. So Fitzpatrick will start serving in this 5th game. Good volley there by Trail, Didier Trail. 15 love to Mona. Okay, and a dominant forehand there by Trail. Having a good game here, Trail. Volley. Got a volley earlier on and first point of the set, and now with a excellent volley just over net that got past Fitzpatrick. Yeah, excellent return there by Fitzpatrick. Good volley. So on the board in this game. (30-15).
What's the score? 35 5-30? Call it, please.
15-30. So still trailing in this game. Five Islands, good shot, good drop. Good drop shot there by Trail. So 40-15 now. Yeah, didn't give Fitzpatrick much of a chance of getting to that one.
Let's go.
(15-40). Still developing a serve, Fitzpatrick. Yeah, good shot there by Fitzpatrick. Missed volley attempt, so 30-40 now. You know, has a weak serve, Fitzpatrick, but once the ball is in play, he seems a lot more confident in his play. If he could just improve on that serve, he should be I'm sure he'll have much improved performances moving forward. Yeah, that one hit long, so that'll be another game to Mona.
What a break.
5-0 now to Uwi Mona, continuing to command this series against Five Islands out of Antigua. 5-0 is the lead to Mona. Because this is the last of 3 matches between these 2 campuses. Of course, earlier we saw Jeremy Johnson of Mona defeat Shaheen Fitzpatrick of Five Islands 6-0, 6-1. Then that was followed by another 6-0, 6-1 victory to Mario Campbell and Didier Trail of Mona. They defeated Sharik Ephraim and Dylan Leonard. Also 6-0, 6-1. So looking to make it a 3-0 sweep here, Mona. Well on course so far to come away with that 3-0 victory. Players resumed here after just a short drinks break. Wilcott doing the serving now for Uwi Mona. Love to Mona. Looking to wrap up this first set. 6-love. Decent return there by Fitzpatrick, but didn't manage to get it over the net. So 30-love.
Love 15 to 2. Yeah. So they don't say that. They say so. La la. Sorry.
Another ace there by
Game and first set. 6-love.
by Wilcott, so another ace. So 6-love. 2 Mona cruising along here. Team Mona showing their class over 5 islands. Gonna just have another few sips of water. So it's need a Mona campus off to this tennis segment of the games with a flying start here. Looking to win this series against 5 islands of Antigua. So we're about to start the second set of this mixed doubles match between Five Islands and Mona. Of course, Mona in the red, black and white, and Five Islands in a sort of greenish, bluish color, depending on who you ask. Some may say it's green, some may say it's blue. So attempted volley there by Fitzpatrick, but could only hit that one into the net. So 15 love to Mona in this opening game of first set. Sorry, love 15, because Five Islands is serving. Just out of bounds, out of the service line. Sahara Williams doing the serving now. Yeah, so love 30. Just lands in play there on that occasion. Powerful return there by Wellington. Can't get that one back into play, Williams. So Wilcott, my apologies. Wilcott winning that point there for Mona. Love 40. And Kobe Wilcott. And Kobe Wilcott.
Hold on. What's your score? Game, yeah? What's your score? Alright.
Just trying to confirm the
One
scores
love,
here.
switch sides.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, sorry. Stay in the moment, people. They have to switch ends.
So just switching ends here. Mona and Five Islands. Cruising along here now. Uwi Mona. Funnily, strangely enough, that colors of Uwi Mona, you'd think they're representing the Uwi St. Augustine. They're in Trinidad and Tobago's national colors, but they are representing Uwi Mona. Good slap shot. Good overhead shot there by Trail. So they're out to a 15 love lead in this second game of the second set. Bad effort by Five Islands on that point, but still point goes to Mona.
Yeah.
Still 40 love to Mona. serve there by Trail, so that will take a 2-0 lead now in this second set. Was best out of 3 being played in this mixed doubles. Into the net on that occasion by Wilcott, so 15 love. Good forehand there by Trail, perfectly placed as well, so not just using the power game, Uwi Mona also using excellent placement as well to rack up these points. So 15-15 now in this third game of the second set. Too hot to handle again by Wilcott. Did well to get a racket on that one, Fitzpatrick, but can't get it back into play, so 15-30. Fault called. This will be a learning experience for the 5. Beautiful. Yeah, just long by Fitzpatrick, so I believe it's 15-40 now to Mona. Playing a miss, so that'll be game 4. So 3-0 to Mona now. So it's continuing to cruise along here now. Team Mona. 3-0.
Switch side, leave the ball there and switch side, yeah.
So Uwi Mona to serve again in this second set. They're up 3-0. Dominant performance here so far. This one attempted return by Williams, but out of bounds. So 15 love to Mona. Good return by Fitzpatrick. It's an effort here by Five Islands, showing some fight in this rally. Good overhead shot. 30 love. Goes long. 40-0. Powerful serve, but just a little too long there by Wilcott. This one pushed back into the net, so another win here, another game there. 1-4 Mona, 4-0 in the second set.
Alright, I like it, I like it.
Tough going here for Five Islands during this 3-match series against Uwi Mona. Uwi Mona, of course, have dominated the Uwi Games since it first started many years ago. The first Uwi game started in 1965. Of course, it has expanded over the years to include more sports and more teams. Of course, Five Islands making their debut at these games. Williams will serve for Five Islands. Not on the board just yet. He gets up on one play, but excellent return.
Nice shot, good rotation.
Perfectly placed. So, love 15.
Not bad. Go, go, go.
Powerful slap shot there by Trail. Giving Five Islands no chance of returning that one. The 6 points, just six winners away from wrapping up this match.
Wait for it, but wait for it. As long as they can't figure it, I can look at there.
40 love now.
Wait.
Stylish shot there by Trail. Returning up the style. Excellent volley to back it up. So 5-0 now to Mona in the second set. See that fancy shot between the legs. That shot is used a lot of times by many professional tennis players.
I like it, I like it. You see, this is the kind of tennis I like it. Not too long, no long rallies.
Roger Federer, I mentioned his name earlier in the commentary. Roger Federer used that shot many times during his illustrious career. Just one game away now from sealing this victory, Uwi Mona. So just one game away from sealing this match in this mixed doubles contest between Five Islands of Antigua and Uwi Mona.
Hey, please.
Of course, later this evening there will be more action in the tennis segment of these games. Tough. Tried to play that one back, Fitzpatrick, but 15 love, so 3 points away now from wrapping up this match. Hope these Five Islands players are not too discouraged. They, of course, won't have the long history in sport like the Mona campus. So missing that one, Williams. So 30-0, 2 points away, 2 winners away rather from completing this victory. Mona team, the excellent start here in this tennis segment with a will be a commanding series win over Five Islands. Almost it may get more competition from Uwi St. Augustine, I'm sure, and the Uwi Caveville. Ace there by Mona, so 40 love now, one match point here now, triple match point in fact, 3 chances here to wrap up this match. It's out, so that will do it. Mona win this series 3-0. We saw a men's singles game earlier between Jeremy Johnson versus Shane Fitzpatrick. Johnson winning that one 6-0, 6-1. Then we saw Mario Campbell and Didier Trail winning over Jarek Ephraim and Dylan Leonard, also 6-0, 6-1. And we've just seen a crushing 6-0, 6-0 victory for Trail and Kobe Wilcott over Fitzpatrick and Zahara Williams. Thank you for tuning in to 360 TV, and I ask you to stay tuned to 360 TV for the next week as we bring you more live coverage of the Uwi Games 2026.
Since 65 we never look back. COVID tried to throw me off track. Now we reunited and ready to reignite the spark. All your team name represent. All your team name represent. The whole Caribbean in the Uwi Games. We reunited, reignited. We ready Caribbean fam is Uwi Games again. Man. If you win the game, represent and call your team name.